Hello, everyone. Today on the developer preview, we'll be joining with Niuta and I. I'm the product owner of the Hypernode, and Niuta is our UX designer. She'll be walking us through today through our design process and how the technical features are ending up in our visual control panel. And last but not least, at the very end, we'll be talking about the focus groups that we recently launched, which is a group of our customers that they can contribute to development of our product and new features, and basically be more up to date with what we are working on. So stay tuned, because we'll be inviting you all to join later. And yes, Jutta, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. So as Iza already said, I'm Niuta, UX designer at Hypernode. So we're gonna show you today how brancher node, if you already saw the video about brancher nodes in the command line, it's awesome. If you did not, just have a look on the previous video. So today we want to show you how brancher node works within the interface of control panel and how actually it came to life. So what was the idea behind it and how the design process looks like. Yeah, so I got the signal from Iza, for example, that we're gonna start building brancher nodes soon in the control panel, because our system team is at the end of the development in backend. So I got the information that we're gonna start, and first thing I'm gonna do is just to gather all requirements, just brainstorm with me or with the team, gather all the ideas or the requirements that we need, all the information we want to put, and like very quickly sketch all of the things we want to show. So for example, for brancher nodes, the timer that is brancher node used for, or the total timer of all brancher, or the amount spent you need to you already used, the list of brancher nodes, etc., etc. This is called wireframes, where you really quickly sketch all the ideas, and it doesn't require any content, any corporate identity, any font, any color. It's mostly for you to clean up your thoughts and prepare for some meeting with developers to gather feedback, to discuss it, to brainstorm a little more, so you can choose the best solution for your design. So I quickly go through the wireframes, the ideas. So for example, here you can see like there is some timer, there is some list, you can somehow terminate it. You see, for example, this little stop icon, etc., etc. This is how it on the very early stage. I don't recommend to put developers inside already within discussion about that, because in that early stage, you have a lot of unthought things. They will have a lot of questions, and this will be more as a mess than proper feedback. So what I recommend is, if you already clarified a little bit, if you have whole team of designers, if you clarified between you and the team, more or less, then you dive deep into your design program or software, or Adobe XD, Figma, Miro, whatever you have, whatever is best for you, and you create something which is called lowfi design. This is low fidelity design, which doesn't contain the content still. As you see, you have lorem ipsum, some Latino no meaning text inside your design. You don't have specific graphs, images. It's just the placement of all the elements and what you need to show to developers to quickly go through, show the functionality, etc. So this is the best stage to create actually a simple prototype, because the more you show to developers and the more questions they will ask, this will be resolved later. It will not cause the unthought questions in the later stage, when it will be more costly, more time needed for it, etc. I don't recommend to prototype like animation you have in mind. it's not necessary at this stage. You need to show the functionality, your ideas, how it will work, how the views you create will interact with each other. And that's basically it. So if you have your lowfi design, which looks like this, basically, you can schedule a meeting with your developer team and start asking question what actually appeared in your head when you were creating this. Also, they will have a lot of questions. This is why lowfi design needs to be simple, because they will have a lot of valid questions. You need to rethink it and implement this in your design before you move on for the hi-fi design. So, as I already mentioned, hi-fi design is high fidelity design, which is a way more detail already, and it looks exactly how it will be implemented in the interface. So all the text should be here, all the colors, all the fonts, all the corporate identity and animations if you want. And as you see, there is a lot of screens in here because you need to show every simple view. So for example, if you have a hover option, where is it? For example, here, if you have a hover option, then you need to show it again because your developers will have questions about that. And believe me, if you prototype it, they will love you. So I highly recommend to spend the time to really adjust everything, because this is like the source of truth. So on this stage, if we create already the hi-fi design, we can validate with them again already after the final design. There is no other words for design. But the best thing of all is if you create a hi-fi design already and you prototype it, it's the best tool to reach out to your customers and actually test your design with real people who are on a daily basis interacting with this. So this is where our awesome feedback group comes in, and we take this prototype, schedule a meeting with people, and just see how they interact and how they understand all of we created. This is the final validation because thoughts of your objective people, not your developers who are implementing this feature, and they are already implemented a lot of other features, and they are a bit I forgot
biased.
the word.
They're biased.
And they are a bit biased. It's not the best to assume something. So people who are using the feature and who are the most interested in it are the most valuable for your design and your final thoughts and your final touches. So I already forgot what to say.
Yes. Until this stage, we're mostly working with assumptions and like what we think would be good for the customers. But at this stage, we're validating. Or at this stage, we're going to validate with actual customers that are going to be using the feature. Yes, if our assumptions are right or wrong.
Exactly. And after this, we do final catch-ups, final touches, small refines, like for example, somebody missed the notification, we add the notification, we implement it, and then you can share already to Zeppelin with all the comments, all the requirements, everything nicely forwarded to development team so they can start working on it. And the best part of it is how it will look like after implementation. So as you know, we can already use brancher nodes within command line, but you can, since Isa, how long? Since
For
2-3 weeks?
weeks.
Yeah, so for 3 weeks, we already can use brancher nodes within the control panel. So this is how it looks like. Pretty similar what we had. And you can create your brancher and then wait a couple of minutes until it's provisioned. And also, if you terminate the brancher, you will see this in the history tab at the very bottom, at the very top. Yeah, so that's it. That is in the very short view how it looks like. Of course, it takes sometimes weeks, sometimes months, but I think it's the best
iterative process that we can have.
Yeah, it's iterative process that we have, and it helps us to develop customer-friendly and intuitive design for our customers.
Okay, so last but not least, a few words about our feedback group. We all invite you to join such. Last year, Niuta and I, we started gathering contact details from our customers, and we created a group that we email a few times per quarter to join the process as the process that Niuta just described and help us develop, more features that are better for the customers and not based only on our assumptions. So if you want to join such process, we invite you to the QR code with the form should show somewhere on the screen right now. So please fill it in and join. Was maybe worth to mention that we always give a small gift card and the gift and send the package to all our participants. And yeah, please join. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Developer Preview, and we'll be back with more features in the future.